Which one was Zavelas? Was he the metal one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's the one that we thought wasn't going to come.
The one who almost got possessed. The one who invited you.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the guy
that
with the
one.
super sword or whatever.
No, but he had the sentient metal floating around his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
he's that
so
one.
my first thing is that, I can talk directly to Freya, right?
Wait, did
Yeah,
Zavelas
Yeah.
someone?
So I go.
Yeah, he did.
Tell
Okay,
Jovan
yeah,
his
yeah.
boyfriend is here.
Okay. Freya goes, Jovan, Dangeril says your boyfriend's here?
I'm confused.
Me too.
You probably heard me make this joke before, so you probably know what I mean. Because he's the guy who invited you to the ball.
Oh, and you like joked about it.
Yeah,
I think that was outside of the game.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
I'm a 14-year-old street kid. I make this kind of joke all the time.
James, I'm gonna get on the
it
floor.
must be Zavelas. he
Oh, for
means.
those of you
Okay.
watching, I'm a gay man, so I can make homophobic jokes.
There you go.
I want to be near the curved section, the one where the door is. I want to feel at the floor, see if there's a space.
I'm gonna
see if
leave
I
Merek to his
feel
feeling.
Should
something.
meld
You
into the
feel a small, tiny gust of wind coming out from the center part of the wall. The lower part of the center part of the wall. As if there's a slight space.
Interesting.
Ooh, it's like the classic of all the best sealed magic things. There's always a little space there. It's like, hey.
I can see through all the barriers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe.
You gotta let the bugs in and
It's
the
like
air.
the Gulag is like, this is the most powerfully sealed room ever. Is there a space under the door? Yeah, of course there is.
Yeah,
Like,
why not?
what?
Don't want to be unreasonable.
It's magic, it's not lifelock.
Let's see. Gotta think. I need to do it to one stone. Which stone would the
I'm
best
downstairs.
one be?
Yeah, you're just hanging out in the observatory.
If I do the
I'm
top one.
Going back out into the ballroom.
Okay, so you guys are just leaving Merek and Hothard alone.
Yes.
Alright, you head back out.
Yes.
If I do.
Poor Hothar.
What is Zavelas?
Zavalis has arrived, he's talking to people, is milling. You'd imagine the loud muffled cry from earlier was an announcement that his arrival was here, so he's just like milling about and talking to people. He looks regal, refined, he's dressed in finery. He's dressed in like this whitish armor with a gold fringe going around it, and the armor seems very thin and form-fitting to him, and then he's got like long
It's probably very strong. Yeah.
yeah, a long split dress in the middle that you imagine he probably wears when he's fighting. He's got both swords at his side. He didn't have them taken at the door. No medals floating around his head now, though. And he's like talking to people and chatting back and forth and mingling.
He can control it.
I very much quickly make my way over to Zavelas because, like all good servants, we want to be seen by the good guys.
And I'm gonna make my way slower but more intentful.
And I'm very ingratiating about offering him ceviche and personally making sure he gets a goblet of the good stuff.
He pays you no mind. He just takes it and eats it, like absentmindedly.
Do that, so I need to lose.
It's fine. I try to see if
Open
anyone
door.
around us notices that I'm serving Zavelas, and it's like if they see me, I
A
go,
hand. If I'm able to lock
There's
to do
yeah.
it. So what I need to do is
oh,
I'm
I also make sure that Jovan has a beverage in his hand when he approaches Zavelas, so he looks like he's naturally like in the ball and
Okay.
doing stuff. So I'm gonna walk right up. Well met, Zavelas. You've arrived at last. Hello.
Ah, Jovan, yes.
oh, how embarrassing!
So nice to see you again. Thank you once again for getting me out of that tussle from before.
Absolutely, no problem at all. Thank you so much for inviting me. This ball has been a blast.
Yes, I did invite you. Yes. You are most welcome. If you'll excuse me, I have to attend to other guests.
Oh, of
And
course.
And he hands you his drink, and then walks off.
Ooh.
I'll down it and give it to.
Like what, reserve?
Yeah.
So I can just keep mine.
When you approach him, for sure, I was thinking he's gonna look at you and go, "You know, we're not soulmates, right?"
He's like, no, I don't want to make it weird.
Wow.
No, let's dance.
Wow, that was not the reaction I
want
thought
to
we'd get from
dance.
Zavelas. Like, I thought he was very, very super grateful and like would immediately.
Yeah, you think he would have been.
I must use the restroom.
I think that the lack of metal floating around his head has changed his personality.
In the game is what I mean.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
Wait, what did you say?
So you're going to move off towards the restroom?
Yes.
Okay. There are several chamber pots within the guest rooms. or you could use the
Now,
canal.
does the metal follow me into the bathroom?
Yes. So it floats along, and you're about to go like into one of the guest rooms, I'm assuming, to use the chamber pot in there. So like it floats along, you like open the door, and it like makes as if it's gonna float in and follow you.
Oh,
Is there a
how
lock on the
invasive.
guest door?
Yeah. Apparently.
I'm gonna close it before I can get in and lock it.
You hear this boom, 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 and then it
Interesting.
stops.
What did it stop?
I'm gonna look around the room.
So the room you're in doesn't appear to have any other entrances
which-
and no windows.
Okay.
You're trapped.
But you're in the farthest right room on that map there, right underneath the question mark.
Okay.
Right underneath the
Cool.
question mark.
Oh,
other side
this
of the
one.
map. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. How big are the stones?
The amber reservoirs?
No, the stones
Like,
in the
okay,
wall.
so sorry. How are the walls made?
It's used to be mostly wood. Like very fine polish finish wood.
And the ceiling.
The ceiling is also made of wood.
Wooden walls. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? There's no window? This room is terrible. Where's the chamber pot go to?
Yeah, the smell is probably horrendous.
From your imagining, it probably empties out into a lower part of the mansion and then gets washed out into the canal.
Oh, it's not a chamber pod. It's actually like a hole that
Like a
goes
system.
away.
Yeah, it's not really an actual
Yeah, there
toilet,
was a name
but
for
it's
those.
but
I
it's
don't
an
know
old
what
time
it
plumbing
Garderobe?
system.
Like the tube that goes down.
Yeah, exactly that sort of thing.
Garderobe.
Garderobe. Okay.
Do I dare?
The sentient metal is going to come up through the toilet like a rat.
I'd be surprised if rats could come up.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna open the door like a crack. Is the
I'm
sentient metal
picturing
there?
a different kind
It's-
of outlet. That
So you like open the door and you like look left and right and you look and it's floating up right in the corner, like up next, waiting for you to come out.
Interesting. So it's aware that I'm probably wanting to use the bathroom enough, but it's not aware enough that I might try and trick my way out. Although it seems to be confident in the designs of the house. Perhaps it is alloy, knowing the room and the house that I can't get out, and maybe even part of the shadow on the side. So confident that I can't escape. But I'm positive I can come up with something. I'm gonna close the door and give me a moment to think.
All right. So you guys are mingling about and stuff.
Oh yeah, hanging out.
Just the party just continues.
Dancing.
You just let it go
So
on.
Dancing
now
on the
that
highway.
it's clear that the observatory is empty,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back in there
Okay.
and start to poke around.
Okay. You shut the door behind
You
you.
do need to figure out how to get into this room, but
I go back to the spot that Jovan identified as the super magical area,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, First of all, I do the classic thief thing, which is press my body all the way up against it,
Mm-hmm.
and like to see if there's any feeling or anything like that.
So yeah, so you press your body up against it, and you can feel like a slight gust of air brushing along one corner of your face. Like if you're
Oh.
leaning here, you can feel like
Oh,
Brushing
is it
by.
is it from the same kind of small opening that he noticed earlier? Or is
it's from that he was on the floor.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you'd imagine it's the same thing.
Okay.
There's obviously some sort of seam in the wall.
Right, and so based on that, I'm gonna examine using how thieves look for breaks and
Secret doors. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna detect for any kind of secret door or secret entrance way.
Give me a luck check.
Pokey things. That's a 7, so yes.
Roll an ad.
Oh.
Check is roll an ad.
Oh, okay, so that's a 10.
And then do you have find hidden doors or anything?
I have find trap. There is no such thing as find hidden doors.
Elves get it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And they get a free find. Add find traps to it.
Okay, in that case, that becomes an 18.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, you're pressing your hands up along the wall and stuff, and you notice at one point that there's part of the wall. If you press it in and go, you hear this click and a latch, and then you pull back, and the door clicks in and then releases and opens inward. And it swings open into a oddly metallic room beyond this one that has some sort of that is very small, very tiny, like an offside room. It
So
has,
smaller than this space would show?
no, about that
Okay,
size, I guess.
alright.
That has,
I just had this impression that these squares were humongous, so that
Right.
this room is gigantic.
Right. I mean, they're kind of big, but not really.
Alright.
That opens. There is some sort of metallic you don't know what it is, like console with weird like little metal sticks sticking out of it over on one side, and weird little tiny like buttons, you guess, on other parts, and then on the far
please.
on the far end of the room,
The entire house is a
robot. Yes.
Yes.
on the far end is a circular cylinder with a hole in the center, like a hole in the center of it. And if you go over and peer into it, you can see that it's completely dark in the center of the hole.
Like is it like a just
So,
a
like,
small, or is it like a cylinder?
No,
like
imagine
where you
like
would
a-
stick a
No,
power
like
source?
like a cylinder rising out of the floor, like
Uh-huh.
that, and then there's a hole just right at the top of it
Oh, that you would put like an object
that you would
into.
put something in or something would come out of. Yeah.
Okay. And it's perfectly
Interesting.
black.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I enter the room,
Put your arm down.
my last thought, I know, my last thought is, Freya, I'm in. And I enter the room and close the door behind me.
Datriel says he's in. I don't know what that means.
Wait, he went to the observatory.
I've formulated a plan.
Oh, okay.
First, I'm going to cast Europe.
Are you still in the observatory?
No, he's not. He's in.
No,
one of the
he's in
cabinets.
this
no.
room
Oh, wow.
here.
I
where
get
there's
some
bathroom.
good rope.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did go to the bathroom. Are you gonna climb down the poop chute?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally is.
Okay, so I get a rope for an hour.
It's
Uh-huh.
gross, but
And
it fits his
I can
motif.
use it to
It
lift
does.
the target.
Okay.
It's able to lift people.
Cool.
All right. Now, as a second part, a mirror image happens. Now I actually looked at the rules. You can't have more copies
Than
than
your
your
level?
than your int score.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh.
I actually only get
And you're in bonus.
int score. I actually only get one copy.
Okay.
It's not as powerful as we originally thought it was.
Well, wait.
You mean you're in
you
bonus?
mean bonus.
Because if you
Oh,
if you can't have
'cause
more
yeah.
than your score, then you can have a ton of copies. Because your
It
score
says-
is the 10.
Let me double check that then.
Yeah, because
So
it says
your
in
int's only
score.
wait, your int's only 10?
Well,
Uh,
no, but like
no,
base int
what
is
is your
10, and
int?
if he's a wizard, he's got to have like a 14, right?
Right.
says
but
int
yeah,
score.
that's the
The total number
Yeah.
of doubles
So
the
you-
caster can
you
create
can't
of
have more
himself,
than-
allies, or objects cannot exceed his int score.
So you can't
Oh,
have more than
yeah,
14
that's fine.
or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand.
that's the
oh,
actual
okay,
number,
all
not
right,
the
okay. So I get
modifier.
5.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I just need at least one.
Okay.
It
I'm
lasts
not sure what the
for
difference
come
matters
on, low
at, like,
numbers,
14.
3 turns.
Okay, cool.
That's no
30
big
minutes.
deal. Here's what I'm gonna do. It's going to be pretty tricky. They have to remain within 5 inches or 5 feet of me.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
which way does the door turn? Does it go?
It opens inward into the room.
Perfect. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to have open the door, remain myself secret, have one of my copies go through the door,
Uh-huh.
then I'm going to close the door,
Okay.
lock it, walk along the wall so my copy's on the other side of the wall. Hopefully the
Orb.
orb will watch me, and then I'm just going to I'm going to just
Is that how
stand there
mirror
and I
image
need to
works
wait.
in this game?
It just needs to be within 5. It copies me exactly.
Right.
It
See,
needs to
that's
be within 5 feet.
well. See, that's just it. Mirror image.
What was your spell roll?
Well,
Oh, my spell roll is 26.
Okay.
because traditionally, mirror image only does exactly what the original
yeah,
is
yeah.
doing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
doable.
he's doing.
Yeah,
he's,
yeah, yeah.
He's opening the door and then walking and then turning and mirroring
Yeah.
it. But the difference is that he has a wall, but the mirror image doesn't, so it keeps moving forward.
Oh, so there's no line of effect in DCC.
No, not with
So
this.
if
It
you
just
have a
says
mirror
it needs to be
image and I'm
within 5
leaning up
feet.
against the wall, one of those images will be seen by whoever's in the next room.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I mean, it's look for
Well,
this
okay.
instance.
So it
works.
says it creates copies. It's going to
So the idea behind that, James, is when
And they're
you're in
within
combat,
5 feet?
the combatants can't establish which one is real.
Right, exactly.
So you would assume that like if they were all doing the same actions and
Right.
stuff, but
Yeah.
in different spaces,
Yeah.
then you could obviously have different spatial.
Yeah, I'm just
relations
assuming
to
that I have
Right, but
control to
indeed,
be like.
indeed, there's line of effect.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's still fine. I'll
Yeah.
say it's fine in this case. It's a good idea.
Right.
Cool.
So
And so I know
But it's just gonna stand
Yeah.
out on the other side of the wall because you can't move any farther.
exactly.
So
That's what I
and
need
then you
to
have
happen.
to face the wall so that it's facing out, unless you want
Yep.
to look at the wall and be suspicious.
so you turn and do that. You open the door and like have it walk out and move forward, and you see the orb go and follow it.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
So the orb only
So in
detects
30
visual.
minutes, what I'm gonna do is it mimics my actions and my speech. I'm gonna go. I'm ready. And then it disappears.
Okay. Ah.
That's brilliant.
Okay,
But we have a
great.
while
Hey,
before that
What
happens.
about the rope? You doing anything with the actual rope?
Oh, I'm just gonna have it wrapped around. I have it for an hour.
Using mechanical magic. Okay, alright. So in 30 minutes, so half of the rope time.
Yes.
Alright, what happens in the interim?
I totally forgot to bring Titan and park him outside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh my
right.
God.
All right, time to go to the bathroom. I have my plan. Just takes a while to execute.
That should be like a default where like he's like your Maserati where you just ride him everywhere.
I don't think I can communicate to him.
Anyway, back to Daedriel in the hidden mechanics room.
Yes. So after I communicate to Freya that
I'm
I'm in,
gonna head towards the observatory. First, I want to talk to General. Was it Scipio?
Scipio? Okay.
About where my weapons are and grab those.
Cool. Alright. So, yeah, you'll make your way. You can see him, like, on the ballroom floor. And he nods towards you and he goes, "Can I help you?"
Oh, yes. I was wondering where my weapons might be exactly in case I need to access them without your.
He
Without
points
checking.
he points down out of the ballroom. Can I see them out for a sec? He points down out of the ballroom out of this door right here,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "Door closest to the ballroom. Room closest to the ballroom, underneath the bed."
Thank you.
underneath the bed.
And then I'm gonna laugh loudly and pat him on the back, like you as well, friend. And then head out.
He nods and goes, like, and so you head out. Okay.
Well, at least now Scipio knows that stuff is about to go down.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. So, if I can maintain communication with Freya after I enter this room, I'm gonna try to play by play what I'm seeing and doing, so that Jovan is like.
Is Freya gonna relay this to me as it happens?
Yeah. So Hothart apparently is just mingling about the ballroom.
Okay.
We'll just say that. Okay. So go.
So he's just alone without like.
Because Merek went to the bathroom.
Yeah,
it's
so
just
he's like just standing around.
Yeah,
Also-
he's like scarfing at the buffet table.
Yeah.
Also, didn't he just take a dose of Vicar?
You don't know if it was Vicar he took.
Okay, because I'm
Well,
like,
he's a.
You most
He's a
likely think
user.
it's not.
Like,
Like
he
Vicar's
probably-
usually liquid.
all right, because I'm like maybe he's now like completely
Just gone. Anyway, so yeah, you approach
rubbing
Freya.
himself up against a tarp or something. So
He's just like wide-eyed.
yeah, like security. He's gonna like take him out. It's like what's going on with this guy?
I hope he's taking more Vicar. That's part of the plan.
All right, because
He'll be
Hothar's out there on his
distraction.
own now after he took
Giant
something.
distraction.
Well, in order for what I want to work, I'm assuming that Alloy is a hive mind and is actually all of the things as well. I need his focus to be on Hothart.
Oh, okay.
Not on my copy, just be like kind of like minimal computing power on Merek. He's doing nothing.
Well, no, it thinks that you teleported it away, right?
Oh, not yet. That's going to happen in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, it hasn't happened yet.
Anyway,
Okay.
so what do you
Until
do?
then, I'm just going to be doing like thinking poses.
Levers, buttons, a space with a little hole in it. That hole doesn't look like it's exactly the same size as a repository, does it?
You mean as an amber reservoir?
Yeah.
You don't know how big an amber reservoir is, but you'd assume not.
Okay, because you said it was like about a fist size. So-
Yeah.
Okay, so is it like a roundish, like just like a ball would fit in it, or is it like a
No, it looks
cylinder?
like another cylinder goes in there.
Ooh, okay, but it's super dark in there.
Yeah.
Like extra dimensionally dark, or just like if I shine a
just
light,
dark. Like maybe if you shine a light, you don't know.
is it that dark in here?
It's low lighting in here because there's low lighting from the observatory, and then the shadows like transfer over to this room. So
All right, so in the world of DCC, what's the equivalent of a light switch?
there isn't like if you had a torch or something, you could try to light that.
Oh, so there's no like computer.
I mean,
lights.
There
I
might
mean,
be.
we're in the
there's
medieval-
There's a panel over to the left.
Oh,
Sounds like you just need to start pressing buttons.
There's that
and
lever.
hope your
There's
luck
that lever
is
and
good
button
enough.
panel over to the left.
Like a bunch of alarms go off everywhere and like crazy shit.
so there isn't something near the door?
Nope.
Because in the world of light, you always have the light closest to like the light activation thing is like.
Not apparently.
You wouldn't know
That's
what
the
you
world
wouldn't know what
of-
that is.
That's our world, perhaps.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what that is if it did exist.
Well, okay.
Well, no, in the medieval world, they kept
Why
the
would you put
light
your
candle
torch?
by the doorway.
In this world,
that-
people
Well,
might
yeah,
have
there probably is
movable-
a torch by the doorway of the room.
In this world, the owner of this house
Oh,
might
yeah,
have a
that's-
movable magical
That's
light.
right.
Okay.
Perhaps
Alright,
with
so, but
orbs.
so no sentient metal in this room though. No orbs floating around.
No.
Okay, so the most interesting, obvious thing is this little opening here.
Mm-hmm. And the console, yeah.
So before I go dick around with the console, I'm gonna go over to the hole and like stick my hand in there.
Okay, you stick your hand. You can get
We
down.
are doing that.
You can get down to about about there, and then it stops, and you can feel that it's just a metallic bottom with what you think is like a tiny little like nozzle at the bottom,
Ooh.
like a metal nozzle,
Like
you know those pastry cream bags,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of those nozzles
going down or coming up?
coming up.
Ooh. Interesting.
That's weird.
And the panel is the rest of the room is just unadorned.
Yeah.
So no rectangular glass things that look like display screens or anything.
Nope, not that you can see.
All right. So you said there are like levers and buttons.
Yep.
Do any of them look more interesting? You know how like there's always
Does
like
anything
an
look like
odd-
a power button?
Yeah, like it's different than the others, right? Like it's like a red
no.
button
So-
under a control.
So basically,
thing.
what you got is 2 levers.
Okay.
And then 6 buttons on a console over the left. All 6 buttons are purplish in color and completely the same size. The 2 levers are in the up position.
Gosh, darn it.
Follow your feelings.
It's-
I know. It's like
It's like a TARDIS. You just like press stuff. And
I know.
It just does
Like,
what you want.
Yeah, I know, right? That's-
You just have to like have faith.
Ooh, I hear Jovan's like voice of Netro in my head going, "You just need to believe."
You just have to believe.
All right, so
You can fly.
So there are 6 buttons. Are they like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
It's like a D6 orientation like that.
Oh, so 3 and 3.
Yeah.
All right. Upper left hand corner, first button.
Boom.
Nothing happens.
Two levers.
It just clicks in. Yeah, 2 levers.
Lever on the left. Pull it down.